So it's over the hill now, but they
Over the silent hill?
Look, you got me. All right. Which I'm very... There you go. It's Dan did a thing. There you go. We should have a bingo card. Well, howdy, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Trouble Over Yonder. My name is Jack, and this is my channel. Thank you for being here. As always, this game is nothing without our wonderful players. So, starting on my left, Marta, who are you, and who are you playing today?
I am Marta. I am an animator and a 3D artist, and in this lovely game, I am playing Phoenix, a former sex worker turned mother to the group.
Indeed. And you are sporting today a little
Well,
mention.
My design happens to also be on the back, so
I will show
you guys.
There it is. Yeah. Demi Lex Dead Squad.
So good.
Yeah. But Ro, who are you? Who you playing?
Hi, I'm Ro. I'm a Perth-based educator and theatre maker. And in this lovely game, I am playing Al Stevens, the gunslinger in the Wild West, because shit goes wrong in life, and sometimes you just have to run around swinging guns, and that's how you get through shit.
Slinging guns, as in selling them? That was a dumb joke. Dan, who are you and who are you playing?
Speaking of dumb jokes, hi, I'm Dan. No, that's too rough. That's way too rough. Hi, I'm Dan.
Your inner child
I play
weeping.
Father. I'm Dan. I play Father Francis Marcoli. And speaking of weeping children, he's currently engaged in trying to bully a 17-year-old boy.
True.
I thought we'd move past this. Poor Colin.
Yeah.
No, he's a priest. He doesn't have any vices, so this is his now.
I'm going to move swiftly past that. Don't you fucking go there, Internet.
You can cut that.
Okay, Karen.
After that lovely introduction, hi, I'm Karen. I'm playing Sadie. She's a bit of she's a bit of a time. I don't know what else to say about it.
This leads us swiftly into, possibly for the last time, our sponsorship with Reckless Creatures. So you can head on over to recklesscreatures.com and get yourself a cool shirt like Dan is sporting, Marta is sporting, and I myself am sporting as well. We've all made it work. Karen and Ro have yet to receive theirs, otherwise they would be as well. That will be coming in the future. But if you head on over to recklesscreatures.com, you will find a little cheeky code for you. You can use the word YONDER. That's YONDER. Use the code YONDER to get yourself 15% off and a little cheeky kickback to us, which means that I can help pay for my lovely people who are here. So thank you for supporting the channel, and let's begin. So, when last we met, our heroes were doing what? Who was the last person to do the recap? That was Dan. And then it was Marta before that. And I'm going to say before that. Ro before that. So, Karen, take it away.
We were in the back alley checking out the crime scene when the father spoke quite candidly to I can't remember his name. I wrote him as Hobo Man. Hieronymus. Who eventually, after with a little bit of the priestly persuasion of confession, opened up and spoke about goat werewolves, or at least goat-bodied head, dog head no fur people.
So
Nice.
basically, I imagine sort of the way he described it. Think of like a werewolf transformation, but like the middle part, and with hooves.
Sick.
Meh.
The father has been able to put a couple of things together. We did some looking around the crime scene, and Sadie found some inconsistency in the ground. Sadie was able to dig up a hole/tunnel system that may or may not be where said goat werewolves are coming from.
All right.
And then we would looked
So-
over the hole
That's
all
true.
at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yep. If you guys have seen Holes, it's the poster from Holes.
I was picturing that, yeah.
So you all look down into this tunnel that Sadie nearly fell into. What would you like to do?
How deep is it?
That is a good question. There's probably only one way to find out with the tools that you have, and it doesn't, and it involves
Cannonball!
Yeah.
I think Sadie would be like, y'all, just so you know, these tunnels aren't very secure. They look like they're gonna fall the moment anything shifts, so be careful.
I'm gonna take my lasso off my belt.
Okay.
And see, and like hold it. I'm not going to drop it, but hold it so it drops down to see if I can touch the ground with my lasso.
How many meters would you say it is?
Ooh, standard
Just give me a ballpark.
All right.
Gajillion.
I'd say maybe 10.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
Oh, more? Okay. I'm really awful.
If you're thinking about the length required to throw it and then also make a loop,
yeah.
So I imagine around 10 to 12.
I'm 30 to 35 feet.
You're muted, love.
Oh, am I? Sorry.
No, Karen is.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
I literally was saying they're from 25 to 35 feet.
Right. Trying to fucking translate. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's
Doesn't
go
help.
with feet. Fucking America. Okay.
14 to 21 meters. There you go. 14
there you
to
go.
21
14
meters.
to 21. Okay. I'd say you can feel an edge to it, but it doesn't feel solid. Like, it feels like an angle.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And it's toward the tail end of the drop. End of the rope, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. So we probably ain't getting down there by jumping. That'll end badly. Colin, is there the mine tunnels? Do they run under the town? Like, is this surprising?
Well, I don't know about that, but they did dig. They dug pretty deep. Are you saying people are still down there?
Well, I mean, if
I don't think they're
Sadie
people anymore.
If maybe whoever jumped these folks came up that way, if Sadie felt the difference in the ground, or got away that way, because no one seems to have seen anything.
Wait a minute, but what's that got? Everyone seems to say, you guys said that. I assume you guys kind of in between informed him of what you know, etc., etc. So of the details that he needs to know. Anyway, so he says, my understanding is that I don't want to. I'm not blaming anyone yet, but what's this got to do with the caravan person? Like there was at least one caravaner spotted, right?
We've yet to figure that out, really. Like, we haven't had a chance to go anywhere near the caravan. But I have a question for you. I know that Jebediah
Yeah.
was friends with... No, okay. Everyone that died here has someone connected to them that died in your accident. Your mine accident. You got the kid who lost her dad.
Yeah.
You got Sarah. I don't know what... maybe just the Jebediah connection. I'm entirely unsure. And Jebediah was attached to someone in that accident, right? If I remember correctly.
Jeb, yeah, he was in there. He
Yeah.
only barely managed to get out from the collapsing tunnels. He couldn't help nobody.
Right. So it almost seemed like everyone that's died in this situation has been very closely attached to your mine incident, and now we're finding holes dug into the ground that seem to lead to tunnels. Now I don't think that there will be people alive. It's been 10 years. Something would have happened. But I have a feeling it's connected. At least. And then we're going to just have to figure out, maybe the caravan man is some voodoo specialist or something.
Should we talk to the sheriff? Because right now it seems we have the option of going down this tunnel that might be...
I think that's a bad idea.
I don't disagree, but... Damn. Okay.
Before we go to the sheriff, so have we got something, Colin, that we can cover this here hole up
Yeah,
so no one else
that's what I'm
accidentally
thinking.
walks in?
I'm just worried because you just saw it open up. Okay.
Can we
Maybe we
just
should cordon
hide
off the
this
whole area.
Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly. It's for the crime scene.
Yeah.
For the new investigators.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what. I guess I'll just keep an eye out. Let me deal with it. And you guys go find the sheriff and tell him I'm here if he needs me.
Good work,
All right.
Colin.
Okay.
You did a good job.
Sure. He lets you go, and he seems very lost as you turn your back on him.
I
You
give
find
him
the
a
sheriff.
big pat on the shoulder. I give him a pat
Absolutely.
on the shoulder before we leave.
On the way to find the sheriff,
Yeah.
can we please get the information from Francis about what he said?
So he seemed to have seen a similar scenario. There were several of these goat werewolves, but the now very prescient point he raised was they seemed to come up from underground. He even went so far as to say they could be the vengeful spirits of those lost in the mines. And
I'm a genius.
Yes. I
They
also
were there.
want to point out that as you mentioned the vengeful spirits of the mine, guys, collectively, since you have woken up, you have all felt a little bit icky since you've woken up this morning, sort of like a vague hangover. But as you say this sentence, Francis, about the vengeful spirits of the mine, Al, you find a familiar pain in the side of your head. A pain of memory and of fear. You, standing near her, all feel an echo of what is screaming inside Al's head. And you realize that you all felt this nausea at some point this evening. But as Francis informs you as you're walking out, your vision begins to swim in front of you. And I need you to make a constitution check, please.
I am going to spend 16 luck points to make it a success.
In that case, as you guys turn the corner towards the doctor's office, the sheriff sees you, and you guys watch, and the sheriff watches as Al sort of stumbles forward. And Al, you find your hands instinctively placed on your knees as you dry heave, but nothing comes out.
Do you have too much to drink?
All of you feel a small version of this at the same time.
Oh, all right.
Did we all eat something we shouldn't have?
I don't think
Maybe
I've
just
eaten.
watch your words around here.
I don't know.
Do you know what's going on?
If, as you
I don't
guys
know how
are
much.
sort of dazed slightly, before you know it, the sheriff is there, and his large hands are sort of placed on your shoulders, Al, just kind of steadying you. You see his face sort of coming in and out of focus. He looks at all of you as he's holding you, Al, for the moment, and says, "What happened? Everything all right? You all look peaky."
We have some information for you, but just, I think we all need like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Okay, come on. Let's go to the doctors. Come on. Miss Stevens, I assume that you are able to take care of yourself, but I'm just gonna walk adjacent to you, right? Yep. Up we go. 1, 2, 3. Very good. And he sits you down. The doctor's like, "Can you people?" And he's about to make some sort of sassy remark, and he actually sees you guys are not looking well, and he's like, "Oh, what? Okay, all of you sit down. Is everything all right? You look particularly bad, Al. Are you all right?"
Just
Okay.
need a minute.
Okay. I'm going to put a cup of water there. You take it when you want. What happened, the rest of you? Talk. What's going on?
hole.
Oh, he's right.
Hole.
Oh.
Are you,
Found a
did
hole.
do you have indigestion? You found a hole.
Yeah, we found a bunch of a hand, I don't know, dug tunnel under the crime scene or near the crime scene.
Duncan, I think they're hallucinating.
Oh, I'm definitely not fucking hallucinating this pain.
Hole.
Listen, Doc, the deputy's still where the hole is at the crime scene. I don't know. We looked at it, we walked out. We all started feeling nauseous, especially Al over there. Don't know what's
Alright.
going on.
Okay, all right. Let's just take a moment. And you guys, after a couple of minutes, are able to string more than a couple of words together. Al, you are definitely still in pain, but you've been masking for a good long time. So I get the feeling that you are appearing better than you are at this stage.
Did I see anything behind it or just pain?
As in a vision. That's you caught
Can I make
flashes of images. The images that you saw were of clawed hands. And you had a vision very, very briefly of these hands dragging you down below.
Oh, fantastic.
Super.
As in me specifically, or as
Yes.
in me in... Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
All
right, so-
What the...
You found a hole. It was
Big
underneath What do you mean?
Yeah,
This
at the
sounded?
crime
I
scene.
was at the crime scene
Well-
myself. I didn't see no hole.
I was walking around having a look at like the tracks and shit because I can
Right.
track shit, and I had a look, and the earth felt like misplaced underneath the track. So I, on a hunch, was like, maybe they've hidden something here. However, as I was digging, I almost fell face first into a giant, well, not a giant, but a big ass hole that looks
Man's
like
eyes?
it's, yeah.
Okay.
Also, we should mention that all of your victims so far have been closely attached to that mining accident you had 10 years ago.
Let's also you mentioned the goat prints that you saw out there, and there's more at the crime scene, which is interesting.
Yeah, I've heard about this goat werewolf theory, but I don't know what that has to do with holes, or we still got that open lead about the caravana, and we don't know which one, do we? We didn't get any details.
I think they're connected.
Okay.
I
Well,
think
if
you're
you
gonna
would
find this
say-
caravan man is a voodoo, bullshittery kind of like black magic
What?
kind of man. Voodoo.
uh,
You're not from the
Sh-
South. I'm sorry. What do you call it?
No, I
uh,
understand the words you're saying. I just don't know what
Oh,
that
right.
has to do. I'm trying to
Well,
understand here.
a goat
You
wolfman.
were implying to me that these. Okay, let's take this one step at a time. Let's put goat werewolves aside for the second, because that seems what people saw. We don't necessarily know what that means. You seem to be intimating to me that this hole is connected to the attacks in some fashion. Could you explain that, please?
The father spoke to someone,
a witness.
a witness, yes, and the witness stated that they believe they saw said goat werewolves coming out of the ground to
Oh.
attack.
A,
Hence the hole.
a witness. Who are we talking about? Can they testify? They testified to you?
Well, not to me
I'm
personally.
afraid we cannot divulge because it was told under the seal of confession.
That's a thing.
Even in this part of the world, yes.
Okay, well, you can understand why I'm slightly skeptical. I don't know what this source is, and it, quite frankly, sounds like people making things, trying to understand things that happen in the dark. Happen all the time in the world.
Is it or is it not one more lead than you had to begin with, though?
Right now, all I know is it's a hole. So, with that in mind, I'm not going to argue the point. I just want to understand where the next logical step is. Now, you seem to think, if I understand correctly, you seem to think that it has something to do with the mine. So therefore,
Well-
we can either go in that direction and put that theory to rest or confirm it. He says that with not a shred of thinking that is true, but trying to humor you. Or we go in the direction of the caravan, of which several witnesses, of which I know the names of, actually saw that.
Oh, well, just quickly, here's some logic for you. When you live in a small town and you have someone that confesses, it's usually someone that y'all would know. So assume it is safe for you to assume that it's one of your townspeople that have told us that they saw these beasts coming from the ground. So if you don't trust your townspeople, then we're gonna have to have another chat.
I don't know what
And
you
I
want
didn't
me to
say
say. If you
anything about.
expected me to just go, oh, yep, they popped out of the ground, sounds logical to me, then I'm afraid then there's nothing else to be said in that
There is
respect.
no logic with that, but there is logic in the fact that you should be aware that it is one of your townspeople that have told us this information.
I don't disagree with that. In fact, I think I'm being rather hospitable with this theory, which is to say that you think it's connected to the mine. Fine.
Well, no, all I said was the 3 dead have been connected to your mine accident.
Correct, which is what I'm saying.
So,
we can either check out the
our
hole,
choice.
check out the mine, or check out the caravan, it seems to me.
Yeah.
Well, the
Now,
mine
the
seems like
caravan-
I think it should be somewhat obvious what I think is a waste of time. But all things considered,
Well, there are 5 others.
we can split it
well,
up.
We need not choose.
Well, I mean, the mine ain't going nowhere. The caravan is on the move.
That's true.
Wouldn't it make more sense to track the caravan first, as it's moving away from us, whether the mine is related or not? And I would like to say, Sheriff, that you're right. Sometimes when folks are scared and they see something in the dark, they see something that may or may not be there. But whether there's some sort of werewolf goat person running around, or whether someone else came up through that tunnel, there was a hole leading up to that site, and the tunnels are probably connected to a mine. So whether it was something strange, or whether it was just someone who used that as a way to get away or get there, it's still possibly connected.
That I don't disagree with. Which means, if nothing else, it might be a safety issue directly, right? I will say this for the record. Though the tracks I did manage to find of the caravan, they... I hope I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure they were fleeing. The question is from what? Because I saw goat tracks myself. But...
So ain't it possible that the caravan person who was seen is one of the witnesses that whatever this is that did this wanted to get rid of? Because unfortunately, that's what we hear happened to poor Candace. It sounds like she saw something she shouldn't have and she was running away.
Fine. Okay. Well, either way, as I said, I don't disagree with any of the assertions y'all have made. The reason I'm bringing up the fleeing is that if they were fleeing, those were horse-laid wagons on frozen earth, which means they might well have slowed down by now or had an accident. But my instinct tells me that y'all might be better going together and checking out the caravan. If you're right about the mine, then at the very least we can consider it a not safe place and quarantine it off.
You should definitely do that, but you should also consider, if we're going after the caravan, if there is something going on with the mines,
then it'll
then
be
the
me
town is
investigating.
still in danger.
I'm investigating that. if
Yeah,
you go
but
for
the
caravan.
town... On your own?
Well, I think all things considered, if I don't show an express display of force now, then the people are going to be going with or without me for the caravan. Do you understand? This isn't about.
All
this
right.
is- This is about displays of safety to them.
So the mine is, my understanding is the mine is on the way, one of the roads out of town, yeah?
Yes, the mine is low priority, but all things considered, I'm banged up. I don't expect anything to happen there, so I will find the information that I can, and I'll have Colin with me.
why don't we all go via the mine on the way out of town? Just to
The question
put everyone
I
at
have
ease.
is if you've had an accident at the mine, it's obviously non-operational. How far into the mine can you get? Or is it completely gone? Because if it's completely
collapsed.
gone, yeah, well then no one will be going in. Everyone will be coming out.
All right. Let me rephrase this. You folks have been deputized, and I actually think that's a sensible idea. If you think that you want to check out the mine on the way out, that's fine. But we need to get a handle on this situation publicly. We can't
So
be
why don't we load up?
poking our eyes into holes in mines. They don't care about that. They're grabbing guns. They're grabbing ammunition. They don't give a damn. I need to show them that we're on top of it. And quite frankly, I'm useless right now. So if you want to accompany me, fine. You can check out the mine as much as you want with me. That's up to you. But I will say that I think it is best for us all if you head for the caravan sooner rather than later as deputies. Yes?
And we can certainly make a show of getting ready for a longish trip.
Yes, that is the idea. All right.
Sadie, is that all right with you?
Yeah, like, look, I wasn't really being like, we need to go to the mine right now. I'm more like, please stay away from that fucking mine. I actually don't want either of you to go anywhere near it. Because if you go by yourselves and these things are coming out of the mine, you're not gonna survive. But I'm fine with whatever.
So for now, shall you just leave the mine, Sheriff? Make sure no one goes out there and we'll go after this caravan.
Make a persuade check.
Just in case. Oh, fuck.
Can I have
not good at
help?
persuasion.
No, because he doesn't believe that what you're saying has any basis. He's humoring you.
He's a bitch.
I don't suppose I could argue that I could use intimidation instead of persuade.
You're not
as a like
intimidating him.
scaring him out of it.
You're trying to convince him. How'd you go?
Fail.
Okay. You have luck to spend if you would like, or you can push the roll. If you would like to push, what that will look like is he will insist and give you orders, and yeah. Or you can just accept a failure and just whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm accepting the failure. I can't.
Right.
No,
So in that case,
my-
I'm not. I think the only one who really probably picks up on this properly is Phoenix, and he goes, "Yeah, sure." He's completely full of it. he's going to find this information, which he doesn't think there'll be any, because a hole and a bunch of people coming out of it are ludicrous. So he's like, okay, look, there's maybe a lead there, but it's a waste of time, but I'm banged up and I'm not going to be useful in a gunfight. So I'm going to do something.
I mean, maybe we should just let him.
Yeah, well, he's doing what it is. Yeah.
Well,
so,
let's just hope that the 17-year-old will be a good sheriff.
I mean, he's going to go with him.
Let's hope they have someone suitable for the sheriff position.
So, is there anything you wanted to do before you head out for the Badlands?
Bullets.
Okay, fair enough.
Can we maybe pick up our bits of equipment
Provisions?
from
Yeah.
Madame Laurent on the way?
Yeah. The deputy, the money comes through. By the way, now if I remember correctly, it was a while ago. You took the body of Bill as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we had bodies on horses.
Right. I don't think you had them all, but like you definitely
No,
had
we
some.
had the main guy.
And
Just the main
life
dude
guys.
that
So that
shot
would
me.
be 25 plus 10 is $35, which basically means you guys are somewhat set for whatever you might need in here. We'll just hand wave that stuff. Any provisions, things like that are easy enough to acquire. Rachel at the store greets you and says, "Oh yes, yeah, your package is there, set by Madame Laurent." She is clearly very distracted, and you can sort of see what the sheriff was talking about, as there are a bunch of people who are sitting at the store, smoking, drinking, and gathering weaponry.
While we're packing up, I was just going to be loud about it. Like in terms of like, we're getting ready, we're going to go on a hunt.
Boy, that caravan ain't gonna know what hit it.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay. What would this be? I don't think performance is a thing. Give me. I actually think this is a weird use of this skill, but like you're not trying to intimidate them, Ro, but because Dan was helping with that phrase, I'm going to give you 2 bonus die to an intimidation check. You're not intimidating them, but you're trying to be like, man, we're going to find that caravan. We're going to smoke them.
Yeah.
You know, like telling the people what they want to hear sort of thing.
Say 2 bonus die.
2 bonus die, which is as high as you can get. So what that means is it's a D100, then you roll the 10s dice twice more, and you take the lowest out of those 3.
Okay, so it's the D10 that you re-roll, not the D100?
So when I say 10s, I mean 10s as opposed to single digits. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah. So is that the one? Which one do you roll?
So you
3
the bigger
times
one. So if
oh yes, wait. That's what I thought.
Roll the bigger one 3 times and take the lowest one.
Okay. Well, the first roll I did, I think we'll stick with that because I rolled a 3.
3. Okay.
So I got zeros on the big die. So I'm going to go. So that is an extreme success.
You do that. I'm going to say circle that one, because while you didn't get a 1 on that one, I think that's significant. You might remember I mentioned this a few sessions ago. If I think there's a particular thing where I want you to be better at a thing because of how you demonstrated it, then you can, when you level up, then that will happen. A couple of people respond, you say you're going for the caravan?
I would not want to be in a caravan today, sir.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you smoke those sons of bitches. They're going to smoke them. Yeah. And a couple of other people are just, like, yeah. A couple of other people are a little, more like, And the sheriff kind of comes up from behind and is like, what we're going to do, friends, is they're going to give themselves justice. Now, if they're innocent, they'll be innocent. And if they're guilty, I'm sure they're going to do their absolute best to give you the hanging y'all want to see. And everyone goes, woo! Pew, pew, pew. That was also a instruction in the form of a speech in that respect. So keep that in mind. As you start heading for where the caravan left, you can see this burned down manor at this point in the hill, which is nearby the collapsed mine, and you guys are putting your backs to it. The sheriff and Colin are both not on horseback. Colin kind of keeps his hands in his pockets, a bit warier of looking at you guys. The sheriff kind of looks at you guys and nods, and he says, good luck with it. Good job with the display. See you later.
Y'all be careful now.
Yep, that's the plan. Come on, Colin. Colin nods, and you guys start heading in the direction of the fleeing wagon. And I think we'll leave it there for today. So, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Hold!